Hi everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a filing from TUCOWS. It's not exactly full of fireworks, more like a heads up about some scheduling changes. But stick with me because even calendar adjustments can have ripple effects for investors. We're looking at a Form 8K. Companies file these to announce important events to their investors. Think of it as a quick update about something significant, not necessarily earth-shattering news, but things shareholders need to know. The main point here is about the date of TUCOWS annual shareholder meeting. It's been moved to May 2025. That might seem like a minor detail, but it actually changes some important deadlines for shareholders who want to propose ideas or nominate directors. Since the meeting date is earlier than expected, the usual deadlines are out the window. Why does this matter? Well, if you're a shareholder with ideas about how the company should be run or who should be on the board, you need to know when you can submit those suggestions. Because the meeting is more than a month earlier than last year's, the old deadlines don't count anymore. The company is letting everyone know there are new deadlines to keep in mind. There are rules about how and when shareholders can submit proposals to be included in the company's proxy materials, which are the documents shareholders use to vote. Normally, there's a deadline well in advance of the meeting, but because the meeting date has shifted. That deadline is also different this year. If you want your proposal to be considered and included in the proxy materials, it needs to be submitted by April 5, 2025. That's the deadline TUCOWS has set to make sure they have enough time to prepare their proxy materials. It needs to be submitted by April 5, 2025. That's the deadline TUCOWS has set to make sure they have enough time to prepare their proxy materials. It needs to be submitted by April 5, 2025. That's the deadline TUCOWS has set to make sure they have enough time to prepare their proxy materials. It needs to be submitted by April 5, 2025. That's the deadline TUCOWS has set to make sure they have enough time to prepare their proxy materials. The company's bylaws, which are like the rules of the game for how the company is run, also have procedures for shareholders who want to bring up a proposal or nominate someone for the board at the annual meeting. If you want to submit a proposal or nomination, you need to send it to the company secretary at their office in Toronto. Make sure you follow all the rules from the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the company's bylaws when submitting your proposals or nominations. In essence, shareholder proposals or nominations for director for the meeting must be received no later than April 5, 2025. Now let's step back and consider what this all means. This 8K filing is about managing expectations and ensuring shareholders are informed about the updated timelines for the annual meeting. It's not a sign of trouble, but it's important for shareholder democracy so investors can participate in the decisions that affect the company. TUCOWS is making sure everyone knows how to get their voices heard. It seems like the board has simply decided to shift the meeting, and that has a knock-on effect, since there are rules about how far ahead a shareholder must submit his intent. So it's like a domino effect. From the details of the report, it is hard to say if these changes indicate anything deeper. Maybe the company has some important announcements to make at the meeting and they need to move the date for strategic reasons. Or maybe it's just a scheduling issue. Whatever the reason, TUCOWS is doing its due diligence to keep shareholders in the loop. So what's the takeaway here? While this 8K might seem like just a procedural update, it underscores the importance of staying informed about company announcements. For shareholders, especially those who are actively involved in corporate governance, these deadlines are crucial. Thanks for tuning in to Corporate Decoder. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more plain English breakdowns of corporate filings.